Apa khabar semua? Tachia Vanakkam. Welcome to a very special episode of the Khabar Baik show. Now this is where we celebrate good news happening all around Malaysia, aka Khabar Baik. And the Khabar Baik we are celebrating today is you. That's right, PropertyGuru's virtual Expo 2021 focusing on lifestyle. Now type it in the chat, let us know where you're tuning in from. That's right, also this special episode is proudly brought to you by SweetDream Malaysia. And boy, do we have a great show for you today. We'll be speaking with producer and artist Emir Hormono. Stand a chance to win a grand prize worth 3,399 ringgit. And plus, we also have Miss Alicia Dana, singer, songwriter, dancer here as well. All this and more coming up next on the Khabar Baik show. But first, over to you, SweetDream.
Thank you, Chris. It's great to be part of the Khabar Baik show today. I'm Kaiho from SweetDream. How did you all sleep last night? Type in the chat and let me know. You might be wondering why a mattress company is doing in a property expo. It's because even in the beginning, mattress belongs in houses. Mattress belongs in our lifestyle. No matter which country you travel to or which hotel you stay at, your night mostly have a mattress involved one way or another. We love mattresses. It's hard to explain how much SweetDream love mattresses, dream and sleep. We think it is a shame that people hardly pay attention to the mattresses until their back hurts or until they wake up feeling bad. Our mission here at SweetDream is for you to take a rest. The best way we thought to do that was to make amazing mattresses, but we have much bigger plan in the future that could make your sleep even more amazing. Sleep and dream very free with SweetDream. We got an amazing show for you today. I hope you all enjoy it. Back to you, Chris, and Khabar Baik show.
And we're back, and yes, ladies and gentlemen, you heard correctly. There's a lucky draw happening throughout the show today, and all you need to do is answer 3 simple questions, and you will stand a chance to win yourself a SweetDream king-size mattress worth 3,399 ringgit. And it's only for all of you here today, yeah? So who wants this? Type in 1 in the chat right now. The odds are pretty good. Wow, this would be so good for your new home, eh? Anyway, it's time for the first question. How many springs are there in this king-size mattress? A, 450. Or is it B, 368? Or C, 5? Record your answer first, okay? I give you a clue. It is not C. I give you a clue, yeah? So later at the end of the show, you can submit the answers for all 3 questions. So stay tuned for 2 more. And the winner will be announced on SweetDream Malaysia's Instagram page. So be sure to follow them so you don't miss out. And it's time to welcome our first guest for today. Based out of Kuala Lumpur, our guest today is critically acclaimed Indonesia-born producer and artist who has worked with several artists of Malaysia and Indonesia's top artists in the R&B and hip-hop scene, including Malik, Sonawan, Ariel Nayaka, and Ultimate. He has gone on to receive nominations for 2 Anugerah Music Indonesia Awards, and here to share more on his lifestyle, please help me welcome Emir Hormono. Emir, apa khabar, man?
Good. What's up, man? Thank you so much for having me here.
Thanks so much for being here. Everyone type in hi Emir in the chat right now. Yeah, let's give him a warm welcome. So Emir, man, I'm a huge fan of your work. I really respect what you're doing in the industry for the past few years now. And so today, in today's expo, we're talking about lifestyle. The theme of it is lifestyle. And I'm so curious to know, like, someone, in the music industry, you're a producer and artist. I understand that lifestyle may be it can be a bit inconsistent because I do have friends, they're going for gigs late at night and then they come back early in the morning. So I really want to talk to you more about, rest and sleep today. So yeah, I mean, do share with us, like, in terms of, you've written several songs throughout the years. How does rest and sleep come in the picture?
a really big fan of sleep and rest. That's I think that's first and foremost. Because if you see all these pages and all these music pages or these hustle pages that, oh, you gotta sleep when you're dead, and the sleep is the cousin of death, and all these nonsense to me. I think you need to get your rest. You need to get sleep in, because I think that is a very quality ingredients in making music. And that's just for me, but this goes to any of our creative friends. That I think a good rest sleep, a good sleep is really important on making your babies, your music, your paintings, your scripts, or whatever that you put your creative input towards to. So I think it really will really make an impact on how quality your your product is. I am a firm believer of that. That's definite.
Right. And have you had any experience that you had maybe lack of sleep and then you realized that your performance wasn't at its peak?
Yeah, definitely. I think that is something that I go through every time. In terms of just songwriting and maybe mixing, I would just make music at night. Especially with kids now, that is the only time I get time without the kids screaming and shouting and everything. So usually I would just mix everything at night, master at night. But the key is that I need to sleep. I need to get some rest after I mix. Before you sleep, you get tired. Your ears are making a lot of different judgment, making a lot of decisions that might not sound the real sound of how it is, because you're tired. So every time after I mix, after I master a song, I go to sleep, I listen to it back in the morning, and I do the same thing again until I get some, maybe because the sound or the stuff that you're making when your ears are tired and when your body is tired, it's going to be different when you wake up and get a nice rest. So
get your rest, right? That's why everyone type in rest in the chat right now.
Yeah, because there's a lot of times where I just mix at night, and then I was like, "Oh, this is really good. It sounds really good." And then when I was tired, and then I get to sleep and wake up, I was like, "This is not it at all." What went through my head making this decision? So I learned that early on. So to make sure that before you make any judgment, any decision of releasing, of uploading this, get your sleep in, get your rest.
Right. Make your important decisions when you have enough rest, right? And Emir, I just want to echo what you said earlier as well. Like, we always say, like, especially if you're in the creative industry, I'm just curious, how many of you are actually in the creative industry here? Just type in one in the chat. If you are a songwriter, you're a director, or anything like in the creative industry. Yeah, I'm just curious to know. But because I do believe that we can create, like you said, our babies like at 100% when we have the proper rest and proper sleep. Now, speaking of sleep, right? I'm just curious, man. I have a very serious question for everyone in the room as well. And if you don't answer, it's fine. But if you had to give your dreams a soundtrack, what would it be? Everyone else, you can also answer the question. Okay, type it out in the chat. If you could give your dreams a soundtrack, what song would it be?
Yeah, I love Rich Dreams. Especially the song called Anticipated. Why? Is because I don't know if you know this. I'm not sure if you're born in the 90s, but in the 90s, I think early 2000s, there was like a Vios commercial. For that song, Britney Spears, Anticipated. So I remember when I was growing up, I always want to sleep like at night, because that ad's usually like I hear it at night. So when I hear that at night, I'm like, okay, so that reminds me of my childhood. So every time I listen to that song, I was like, okay, maybe I should get some sleep right now, because I used to love it and hearing that as a kid. Nice. So that song still stuck with me until now. My kids love it. So
your kids love it? Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Britney Spears,
That's awesome. I think for me, my soundtrack would be I would like to give my dreams the Eye of the Tiger, Rocky. That makes you sleepy. No, that hypes me up. So I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna try to go to sleep motivated, you know, and then wake up for the next day. But actually,
Okay.
I shouldn't. I'll be having trouble falling asleep. Actually. Anyway, yeah,
No, it's
I
good.
shouldn't use that song.
It's good. It's dope. It's dope. I love it.
Amy, I do have a question for you. Especially throughout the pandemic, you know, everything is the music industry got hit hard. I mean, like I do have friends who are not getting gigs and all that. It's so difficult. But I do have a question in terms of rest and sleep. Coming from a producer and artist as yourself, like how well do you sleep these days?
Uh, I try to get my 9 hours in all the time.
Right.
Of course, it's been tough for this past few years since the pandemic hits, and
Okay.
I think sometimes I just feel shitty. I just feel like this always something wrong with me.
Wow.
I do have like a lot of maybe I'm just tired of
Mm.
of all whatever that's going in the world. But first and foremost, if whether I want to make a decision again, not only musical decisions, but sometimes when I'm tired, you don't really think straight.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
a good night rest sleep is very important for me these days. I value it even more. I think we come from age when we were college days and we can just sleep at like 4 a.m. and then wake up at 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. and then go to class and
Yeah,
then do
man.
the same thing all over again, which I can't
Mm.
do now because I'm way too old for that. So I really value a good night's sleep now, especially after having kids as well. So
Wow.
that's important. I see a lot of my peers that's like, oh, why are you getting sleep? Oh, sleep is for the weak and blah blah blah. Man, you better get some sleep. You look like death right now, so you need to get some sleep right about now.
I think those who tell you that don't have their own kids, bro. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure parents can relate right now who are watching. Like, oh my goodness, sleep is so important right now. You know, because daytime is all about the
Yep.
kids. You know, but yeah, do you have any sleeping hacks that you use for yourself?
Yep. I don't really listen to music. I usually what gets me to sleep quick is either watching football matches reruns on YouTube.
Mm,
Wrestling. I love WWF or WWE now. So every time I
nice.
put that is just that's the quickest for me to get some sleep. Easiest way, knocks me out all the time, almost every time.
You're like my dad, bro. Like, you know, my dad, he's not sleepy, right? But the moment he ons the TV, he falls asleep on the couch.
Yep.
I'm like, Pa, go and sleep, Pa,
That's
go and sleep. Then he's like, no, I'm watching the TV. I'm like, no, you're not. You're sleeping. Everyone, have you guys been getting some value from Amy? Type in one in the chat. Come on. Like, I've been learning so much learning so much from your industry. From the music industry, coming from an artist as well, as a dad, as well as a father, we spend almost like 25% of our day just sleeping and rest. And we always think about investing in things we do when we're awake. We never really think about investing when we are rest, you know, like when we're sleeping
correct.
or for rest,
Correct.
right? So
Yeah, it's always
it
about
just sounds,
work, rest.
yeah, it's all
So
about the
I
hustle,
think
man. It's all about the hustle.
hustle. The half of the hustle is taking a good rest. That's what I would say.
Wow, that is so good. That is so good.
Yeah, man. Hey, you can't hustle if you're dead.
Bro, there you go. There you can't. That's a tweet right there. You can't hustle if you're dead. So guys, get your rest. And Emir, thank you so much once again for being with us. And
Thank you so much,
guys,
Chris.
you have to check
Thank you so
Emir out
much.
on Spotify and on YouTube as well. I will leave the link here. We will see you soon, buddy. Bye.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Bye.
What a guy. You know, if it's one takeaway I got from his lifestyle is that rest is also part of productivity. Okay, it's now time for question 2 for today's Sweet Dream Lucky Draw. Are you ready? Type in the chat if you're ready, type in 1. Here we go. When was Sweet Dream founded? A. 1978, B. 1995, or C. 2020? Okay, jot down your answer first. Alright, our next guest is another talented individual who's been making waves in the creative industry and is also part of the female trio Tiga Sol. Not only that, she's also a teacher. And here to share more on her lifestyle, please help me welcome the one and only Alicia Dana. Alicia, apa khabar?
Khabar baik.
Khabar baik. Thanks so much for being here. Everyone type in hi Alicia in the chat right now. You're looking
Hi
good,
guys.
Alicia.
Thank you. Looking good yourself, Chris.
Thank you very much. And today, so we're going to talk about, I would love to know more about you. How do
Mm-hmm.
you fit rest and sleep in your lifestyle? Because I do understand you do more than one job, correct or not? Maybe you want to introduce
Yes,
yourself a
I
bit better
do.
for those who are here.
Sure. So, hi guys, my name is Alicia, and I'm I'm a teacher in SweetDream International School, and I teach drama as well as vocal, and I also have a girl group called Tiga Soul, and I work
Mm.
for Disney as well. So I have
What?
a few jobs.
So oh my goodness, and you're the right person to speak to because you have like, you're teaching, you're also singing,
Yes.
you're dancing, and then
Yes.
you work for Disney as well. So the thing that we want to talk about today is rest. So we just
Yeah.
spoke with Emir previously on the show, and he is a
Mhm.
producer and artist as well, and he's a dad. So he was saying that
Mhm.
nowadays he treasures his sleep so much. But coming from your perspective, like in terms of sleep, as a teacher, right, can you actually tell when your students get enough rest the night before?
Absolutely. It's because, right, let me tell you, um, kids are not so bad. So I teach pre-primary and reception,
Okay.
and then I also teach secondary.
Right.
So I can tell, not so much with my pre-primary and reception kids, but my teenagers, I
Mm.
can tell because their focus is out the window. They'll be playing like Valorant lah, or whatever it may be in the middle of the night until like 3, 4 a.m. And they come into my
So
class and
yeah,
they're
what
just like
happens?
zoned out. They're so zoned out. You can see it. And
They're
their
like,
voice as
excuse
well.
me.
Yeah, no, lah. I don't snap my fingers. I'll be like, oh, up until 3 a.m. Last night. No, but usually I can hear it in their voice
Mm.
because when they're singing, they sound tired, they're a bit more hoarse, and their
Mm.
agility is not as fluid, if
The
that makes sense.
agility.
Yes,
Wow.
the
Okay.
agility of the
There's a
voice.
lot of vocal, very technical terms here in terms of vocal teaching. But yeah, in terms
Yeah.
of school, do you think
Hmm.
like sleep habits should be taught in school in our syllabus, or as a practice?
I think they should be taught in school, but they should be implemented at home. But that goes for anything. I realize that anything that is taught in school has to be implemented at home, like
Wow.
any habit or any sort of thing, because there's no point if teachers teach something and then at home their parents are like,
Mm.
it's okay, lah, whatever, lah, you sleep at whatever time. So
Right,
then you
right.
defeat the purpose of the education, if that makes sense.
Mm.
But I do think it should be taught in schools. Because when you get to your adult age or even your like 20s, early 20s, maybe 18, 19, and early 20s,
Mm.
we're not really taught how to take care of ourselves. We
True.
kind of figure it out along the way,
Yeah.
how much rest is actually needed or how much water is actually needed, how
Mm.
much self-love and alone time is needed for you to like prep yourself for the next day. It's not actually taught.
Wow.
you know
Yeah.
also it is implemented, however, in reception and pre-primary. If you remember when you were in kindergarten, like you would have nap time.
Oh yes, 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 yes. Nap time.
Yes.
Yes, I do
But then when
remember.
you get to primary, which is like
Mm.
standard 1 to standard 6 or year 1 to year 6, it doesn't
Yeah.
exist anymore. You don't have those times to just chill. And
Yeah.
then when you get to secondary, you just sleep in class, even if you're not supposed to
Yes.
sleep in class. And that's what
Yeah.
teenagers do, right? So yeah, it's implemented at a really young age, and then it kind of
Right.
gets lost in the
Right.
education system as you get older.
Right. So it should be
Yeah,
taught in schools but implemented at homes. So
for sure.
parents, if you are listening here, I mean, how many parents are here? Just type in one in the chat. Yeah. Just type in one in the chat right now.
Hi,
So
parents.
hi. But yeah, it's so true because anything that is taught in school has to be applied, right? So at home
Agreed.
is where their majority of students' time or kids or teens' time is at home. So yeah, taught in school, implemented at home. Thanks for sharing that, Alicia. But now let's just step out of the school zone and let's step
Okay.
into Tiga Soul. You
Yeah.
are a singer, you're a dancer. Like how does rest? Because I do understand like in the gig industry as well, it can be late nights. I don't know, like just back to back, and
Oh,
your sleep
yes.
schedule can be a bit lari a bit. But
Yes.
how does it come in play with your performance in terms of sleeping habits and rest?
Okay, so because I work so many jobs, and this is like pre-COVID, I would say,
Right.
especially because we could go out and we had classes and we had shows and whatever it may be. Sleep is essential. It's so essential. It's like
What
if
what
I don't get
happens?
enough, so
Yeah.
if I don't get enough sleep, like
Okay.
my voice does, it's not at its prime. It's not at
Okay.
its prime. I can't give 150% because my body is tired. And that goes for
Right.
anything. So I'll give you an analogy or an example. Like when you go to the gym, right, and you work out and you have a really hard workout, the time
Mm.
that your body actually heals, it's when it's asleep. That's when your
Ah.
body heals. The voice is
Right.
no different. The muscles
Oh,
are no different.
the vocal
Yeah,
cords.
because your voice is essentially muscles. They're
Right.
all muscles. It's not like
Mm.
it's a bone or anything. It's
Right. Right.
cartilage and it's
Mm.
muscle. So when you wear and tear a muscle, you need sleep in order for it to heal.
True.
And
True.
when I don't have enough sleep, number one, my focus goes. That's the first thing that goes. My focus goes. And I really need to make sure that my technique is on point and
Yeah.
focus more on the technique than actually enjoying the performance. People forget that they use their voices every day. Like you talk all the time, people talk all the time, and they forget that as much as you take care of your health, as much as you take care of your
Right.
physique, as much as you take care of your hygiene, the voice is also part of the body. So why wouldn't you take care of that?
Wow. That's
Yeah.
right, guys. So hashtag don't talk too much, sleep more. um, because you're a performer, right? You got to choreograph dance moves and even write songs. But
Yes,
have you ever gotten inspiration from your dreams
all the time.
all the time?
All I think
Wow.
the experiences that I go through in my dreams are a lot of it is obviously subconscious, but it's also things
Mm.
that need to be said. So it can
Wow.
be anything. It could be worries, it could be a relationship, it could be a dream, it could be a thought, it could be hope. Anything that actually comes into my dream can be an inspiration.
Wow.
Um, yeah, so it depends on what I dream about. And I have some
Right.
vivid dreams as well. So that's pretty cool. But
Do
I
you
feel
do
like
you journal?
inspiration
Do you
can come.
journal your
I
dreams?
do. I do
Wow.
journal my
Okay. I've never
dreams.
tried those. I never tried it yet, but I think I should because sometimes when you
Oh, go
wake
for
up,
it.
you will forget, right? It's very easy to forget your dreams sometimes. Yeah. I
I
mean,
think there's
every
a
time.
study that
Yeah.
shows, right? You have like a
Yeah.
certain amount of seconds or minutes when you wake up to remember your
Right.
dream, and then you kind of lose it. I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
know.
So you straight away just journal down. You wake up and
Yeah,
you just
whatever I can
okay.
remember.
Wow, that is so beautiful. Like guys, write this down. Dream journal. Like you never know what ideas might come. You may be, might just get like a Steve Jobs moment. Oh, I
Oh,
have
yeah.
this idea for my business.
You know what's crazy, Chris? So I'm currently writing solo songs for my own solo EP. And
Oh,
I had a dream about what I want the music video of my songs to be
what?
like. So I would dream about these things and I'll get an idea, or whether it be a nightmare or whatever it be, I'll be like, this dream is the perfect music video for this song. And
Oh
that's
my
how the ideas
goodness.
come about.
Oh, that's so good. What's the big dream here for Tiga Soul or even your singing career?
I think for Tiga Soul, is to get our music out there and to empower women, to empower people in general about like being themselves and really going for their dreams and being unapologetic with who they
Mm,
are. I feel
wow.
like with Tiga Soul, our message is so important. Our message is so moving to know that everybody's going through something. And I
Right.
hope our music can propel people to help other people as well. So I think that's the message and the essence of Tiga Soul. And for myself, it would be to share my creativity with people.
Mm.
Malaysians are really talented, and
Yeah.
this is something that a lot of people are not focused on. But Malaysians
Mm.
are really talented,
They
and we
are, they
just
are,
need
yeah.
opportunities to put our music out there, put our creativity out there, put out I don't know, our dreams and our ideas out there, and great things can come from it. So for me, that would be one of my biggest things, is just to make sure that my message is out there and I can share my creativity with people, basically. Yeah.
That is so good. Ladies and gentlemen, I will leave the link right now up in the chat. You can check Tiga Soul out on Spotify and on YouTube. We love you. We want to support you and Tiga Soul as well. Guys, you guys
Yes,
have to check their
please.
music out, okay? And yeah, I'll see
Thank
you
you
soon,
so much
buddy.
for having me, Chris. Thank you for having me, guys.
Wow, what was one takeaway you managed to get from her lifestyle? I think for me, I'd really love to start dream journaling. Yeah. All right, and that is all for tonight. All right. Right. We have one more question for the lucky draw. I'm just playing now. Of course, I remember. So the final question is this. Are you ready? Everyone ready? Okay. Here we go. How many hours on average do Malaysians sleep per night? Okay, this is a bit tough. A, 8 hours 24 minutes. B, 6 hours 42 minutes. Or C, 4 hours 15 minutes. Quite tough, huh? And there you go, the link is now up on the chat. So remember guys, step 1 is to follow Sweet Dream's Instagram page, because they will be announcing the winner there next week, November 21st. And secondly is open the link right now and fill in your answers for the 3 questions. And one lucky winner will be bringing home a brand new Sweet Dream king size mattress worth 3,399 ringgit. And with that, we have come to the end of the show today. And seriously, you guys have been amazing lah. Also, if you enjoyed the show, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Khabar Baik coming your way. My name is Chris, and this is the Khabar Baik show, reminding you that if you look for good news, you'll find it. Over to you, Sweet Dream.